Working at the car wash, yeah.
I guess am I introducing?
Oh, I thought we were going with that. I was
Hey guys,
hey, what's up?
This is the Nerd Cave Podcast, episode 170-84.
That's totally a number.
It is. In the year 8080 in the past.
This is what happens when Derek's not on.
Is it 183, 184?
I thought it was 184.
I think it is 184.
I can always do a little
Yeah,
quick.
it's 184 because last week was 180. Like the week we were on was 182. Last
And then
week would have been
Derek-
183. This week is episode 184.
Not from the distant future of
one of your hosts.
2088.
8088.
8088.
I am one of your hosts, Zach Dykes.
And I am one of your other hosts, as in Robbie Rawls.
Derek is dead.
I thought he was driving Miss Daisy.
That too. He's also in Wanted.
He's a zombie driving Miss Daisy.
Also that knows how to curve bullets.
He can curve.
He's actually Morgan Freeman.
We put a lot of makeup on him and make him look like Derek, but he's
Yeah.
really Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he
You
is.
can't tell in that sexy voice.
No, you can't. If you don't know, guys, each week we bring you this awesome podcast. It comes out on Mondays for all of our Patreon supporters. So if you want to go over to patreon.com/nerdcave, you can find it and you can get it earlier than anybody else.
Word.
That's how you do it. You
Early bird special.
like an old person to the buffet. But this
That's
is
actually where Derek's at right now.
yes, but this is nerdy news, so you need it now. You don't need it Friday with the other people. You need it right now. So go over to patreon.com/nerdcave and get it early, and you also get an exclusive bonus podcast every month. And there's a ton of other tiers that you can be getting on that. Get on that thing.
Jump on it.
Yeah. Or you can go over to youtube.com/nerdcave network and you can see this podcast doled out. We just like crumbs to pigeons.
Dish it out once, one section a day up until Friday, and then we release the floodgates of Babylon upon you.
Yes, the Kraken. So, guys, you can go check that out there. If you want it segment by segment, you can check it out throughout the week. And
My Kraken sounds like a TIE fighter.
that's not healthy, my friend. Not healthy at all. So, not a ton going on this week.
Not really.
Not a ton. Except a few things.
A few things.
And that's called the news.
Are we talking about President-elect?
Yeah, we can get into that right off.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we can do it. We can. We're not. Let's go ahead and set some ground rules here before we
Yes.
get into it. We're not going to talk about our political beliefs here. We're not going
No.
to talk about either of the candidates. Let's talk about what the crap is going on like social media.
I know you've seen a few of the things that I've posted. I've posted nothing but like my brother's making fun of me, calling me a princess because I'm just trying to be like. I know not one person can change the world, but I'm hoping to change at least one person from, because I've seen a lot of people just spewing hate because Trump is now president, or president-elect. He will become president, but just hating on him. And yeah, I know Trump has said and done things that's not great, but he almost won the popular vote, and he did win the electoral vote. So he's your president. You live in America. The hashtag not my president doesn't really work because guess what? He is. And, no, this is not the outcome that people wanted, but it's the outcome we have. So we got to deal with it. There's no reason that you should be,
Protesting, destroying property, that kind of thing. The just blind hate that is going on. It's starting to somewhat calm down overall, but it's people that are a little bit younger than us that are just going absolutely crazy, that are kind of like that college age right now, that they're the liberal side of things majority of the time, and it's just kind of crazy of what everything is going on, and it's definitely not the right way to approach this because what's happened has happened.
Yeah, we're not going to change that.
We're living with it now, and that's not going to change.
They're saying, waiting for your maybe if we keep protesting, he'll get impeached.
No, he has to legally do something.
Yeah,
like illegally do something.
Like they can't be like, well, Trump, these guys don't want you to be president, so got to get on out of here.
You know,
they can't do that.
Yeah, and look at frickin' Bill Clinton. You know what I mean? Like, he did stuff that he could have been impeached for, and he didn't even get impeached. So it's stuff like that it just doesn't make any sense. I saw a lot of people doing like the World Series, like, well, we don't like that the Cubs won the World Series, so Cubs are going to have to split the World Series victory with the Indians, you know, and it's just things like that. People need to learn in this day and age. Like, I think it's the participation trophy. I see
that thrown around so much.
It's that kind of mentality that we've grown this whole another like generation up in. They're like, oh, you participated, here's a trophy. And that's what's happening. It's this blowback of things that they don't know how to lose, you know, in a dignified way.
Yeah.
It's, oh, I'm going to cry until Mama gives me that lollipop or whatever. The blind hate. That's where I don't care if your candidate lost. I don't care if you don't agree with whoever is picked or anything, because, you know, it is what it is at this point. It's when you go and you start attacking people. That's when I'm just like, this has to stop.
Yeah, and you've seen most of the posts that I've put. I got called a racist bigot.
How are you a racist bigot?
I don't know. All I've pretty much said is, you know, talking about, you know, coming together, quit with all the hate, but yet I'm a bigot.
Yeah. Well, I even talked to my students this week. I was like, guys, it doesn't matter who is president. I was like, they will never know your name. They will never know what you want to be in life, and they will never care about you. I was like, they've got bigger things to focus on. So they will never walk into this room, and they will never know you. I was like, so the thing that you have to do as a person is you have to be the best person that you possibly can be.
Yep.
And the people that you affect in your life right now are your friends, your family, and the community that you're involved in. If you affect it in a positive way, then you are doing the right thing. If you're affecting it in the wrong way, the negative way, then you're doing something wrong, and you need to check yourself.
Yeah.
And that's all we can do. And, you know, Gandhi even said, be the change that you want to be in the world.
Exactly.
That you want to see in the world. And that's what people are missing right now. They're being a very negative change.
Yeah.
They're breeding this hate. And we've had so many unnecessary violence, so much of that's happened this past year and the last 2 or 3 years that could have been fixed or changed if people would have had a better impact. They've had a negative impact on our society now
instead of a positive.
And that's just crazy to me.
I saw someone post, it was talking about the destruction and everything, and they're like, well, if we didn't have destructions in the Boston Tea Party or at the Berlin Wall or a few other things that were heavily protested with the destruction, she's like, change would have never been brought. Well, I was like, yeah, I guess that kind of worked then, but you know, they were hurting the government when they were doing that. When you're destroying, you know, people's businesses and stuff like that, you're not
hurting the government.
The government's like, well, it sucks for those people. You're hurting those people who have, because I don't know if a lot of the people who have posted that kind of stuff knows how hard it is to start your own business and how much money it involves to start your own business. It's not cheap, and especially renting out a place or buying a place, and you just burnt it down, and their premiums for insurance shoot up because they're having to pay. The insurance are paying for them to fix it, so they're
having to pay back it and everything. It's just ridiculous what is going on right now. It kind of hurts my soul to see what's going on, and people are so focused on things that we cannot change that we're losing sight of the things that we can change. And that's the biggest problem. That's where we're going to have a turn for the worse if people don't start opening their eyes, getting the scales out of their eyes, and actually paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter who's sitting at. We've had horrible presidents in the past,
I'm not a crook.
But we've always come through it as a nation.
Yeah, we have.
And the only reason why we've come through that is by the individual people that have done it. You look at the greatest generation during World War II. If those people would have not come together during World War II, we probably wouldn't speak English right now.
No.
And that's what people like. It took the whole United States, not just the people that voted for Trump, not just the people that voted for Hillary or a third party. It took everybody in the United States of America to defeat an evil. And right now, the evil is the hatred and just the closed-mindedness that is going on both sides of things.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right, because it's not just the Hillarys or the Gary Johnson people who voted for them. I mean, Trump people are also like, I've read and saw videos about kids at school picking on minorities because Trump's the president. You can't do that. But I've also seen an older man get pulled out of his car
and get
beat up. Yeah. They're like, you voted for Trump. You voted for Trump, and you can't do that either.
No.
We are all people. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian. I don't care anything about that. You're a person. And the only time that I am going to physically hurt you is if I'm defending myself from you. I can be hot-headed a lot of times, but I'm the kind of person who wants to, be your friend. Like I want to know you. And right now, you're seeing a side of people that you don't want to see. And like you said, that this is not going to change, or nothing good is going to come out of this unless we all kind of just meet somewhere in the middle and be like, well, this is what it is. This is how it is. We're just going to have to deal with it and move on, because you can't change that right now. There's no way he's going to get impeached, or there's no way that Hillary's going to get in.
Yeah, it's not going to change. What's happened has happened. And that's how it's going to be. And I think one thing, I don't know who's watching the video right now. I just want you to know there is a place and time when freedom of speech stops, okay? People think freedom of speech is they can say whatever heinous crap they want to say, but that's not how freedom of speech works. Freedom of speech is you're able to voice your opinion, you're able to discuss your opinion, but when you start forcing your opinion onto others and you're making people feel inferior, or you're making people feel like they don't belong somewhere, that is infringing on their rights. So your freedom of speech stops there. So make sure anytime you post on social media, post something positive. Post a picture. If you don't have anything good to say and you're about to post about freaking politics when you're not a politician, post a picture of Batman or Superman or Marvel or whatever. Post something positive on there. If somebody paid for your Starbucks drink, post that instead of, oh, well, the barista got my drink order wrong. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive.
Be the change that you want to be in your area.
Yes. So there you go.
We're off of that.
And now, here we go. News. There's a lot of news.
There's
a lot of news. But first, we're going to, guys, we're going to give something away. This is to anybody, okay? You can get this right here. This is the Deus Ex Mankind Divided PlayStation 4 Collector's Edition. It has a statue, it's got the game, it's got downloadable content, all of that in there, and it also comes with a cloth poster, and it's all free. This is not even going to cost you anything. All you got to do is go to the Gleam link that is in the description right now, click it, log in, follow the instructions. The more entries you put, the better chance that you have at winning that awesome thing. And thank you, Derek Daniel, for donating that so we can give it away to our awesome watchers.
What's really cool is you can use a lot of the stuff to decorate your man cave or your lady cave, whatever you have.
Your lady cave.
But if you don't have a PlayStation, you can trade in the game I'm sure for the.
I have no idea. I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm sure that they will work with you. You can either get store credit to go get the Xbox game, or you could trade the game in itself for credit to buy something else. So I mean, there's different things that you can do with it. Like, I mean, you're going to have a net gain no matter what. So
yeah, exactly.
Go for it.
So definitely go do that. The more entries you have, the better chance you have of winning. And yeah, it'll be yours. Only got about 6 or 5 days left on that.
5 or 6 days left.
5, 6 or 5.
6 or 5.
6 or 5. So moving on to the news. We're finally into the news. We've been teasing it. We're
a little bit of a tease, you know.
Now, neither one of us have watched this movie yet. Doctor Strange is still king of the box office this weekend. Along with Doctor Strange, we also had, where's that at?
It's on there somewhere.
Yes, it is. Doctor Strange had the strongest second weekend in domestic theaters, placing first at the box office yet again, earning $43 million. Second week. That's pretty freaking good. Yeah. Eclipse opening weekends of Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, and Ant-Man has currently earned a grand total of $153 million in North America. Meanwhile, Paramount's critically acclaimed sci-fi film Arrival debuted in third just behind Trolls, which held strong in second at 35.1 million, as noted by Variety. And then... So, as listed, here's from top to bottom of box office. The top 10 box office this week. Doctor Strange, Trolls, Arrival, Almost Christmas, Hacksaw Ridge, The Accountant with the great Ben Affleck, Shut In, Tyler Perry's Boo, A Medea Halloween, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, and number 10, Inferno at $3.3 million.
I mean, all of them did well, but going in with Doctor Strange being a Marvel movie, you knew that it was going to end up doing great. Like, it's become to the point where, you know, people are going to go in there because it has Marvel. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, I know a lot of us who are, you know, kind of have been following the Marvel movement. We knew that this was going to be a great movie, but I think with all the positive posts that it's getting and all the positive news that it's a great movie, caused the just the average Joe to be like, I want to check it out. I want to see what it's about. It looks cool.
Yeah, and it looks Inception-esque. So, like, Inception was such a good movie. You know, I'm not saying that it is Inception, but I'm saying, like, all the, like, buildings and, like, all of that. So
we were told 3D is the best way to watch it, which is what I want to watch it in whenever I do see it, which I'm hoping...
this week or next. We got next week pretty much off. So
we do, but I also have after school tomorrow, I have off too, so I don't know.
It must be nice. I've got band.
I don't have band practice.
Next up...
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's David Yates is going to be directing all 5 Fantastic Beasts movies. I didn't know there were going to be 5 of these freaking things.
I didn't think I knew there would be more than 2.
I thought there would be 2, maybe 3, but 5. Jesus Christ, what is going on? This is not Harry Potter.
They're going to ride.
They're going to ride and milk this thing for everything it's got, like a cat.
You're going to milk it like a beast.
Yes.
Fantastic beast.
Yates told Hollywood Reporter that for now he has committed to the entire prequel series, and he doesn't see it as a daunting task at all. Yates directed the last 4 Harry Potter films along with the upcoming Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him. He said, I love making films, and I've got a team of all whom are like family. I only look at it movie to movie. He also said the second film will feel so different from the first one and that it will be haunting and darker. Ooh. But it will still maintain the levity the Harry Potter franchise is known for. And Fantastic Beasts is coming out this week, November 18th. Where to find them?
I thought it was 16th.
No, that's next year's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was looking at the wrong one.
So there you go. I mean, that's 2 years from now.
Yeah. I'm excited. I want to watch this one. I do like the actor in it. I can't think of his name, but he's been in a lot of movies that I've seen. Like, Les Mis, the head guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check it out when it comes out to theaters. It looks really cool.
It does.
And I loved Harry Potter because I remember, I think I've seen all but the first two in theaters. So, I mean, I'm going to be right there when this one comes out. Like, from all the trailers that I've seen, I'm okay with there being 5 as long as they're like the Harry Potter series.
As long as they're good.
Yeah.
I wonder if we get to see any Voldemort.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd totes be down for that.
It goes on a little bit. I just read this. The sequel is expected to hit theaters November 16th, and it will be set in Paris, or Paris, for you non-Paris people, and reportedly feature a young Albus Dumbledore and his rival, Gellert Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp.
I love Johnny Depp.
I guess that's how you would say that. But
Sure.
That's how one would say it. Did you ever watch The Croods?
I did, but it's tied to a bad memory.
Ex-girlfriend?
Yep.
Y'all mack it up in the movie theater?
No.
No, not at all.
It's just... No. God, no. I don't think that's how I look. At least I hope not.
Yes. Yes. Now, The Croods, it was a pretty funny movie.
I liked it. I
thought it was a well put together movie. And there was a sequel planned, but it's been forever.
It has been.
It never came out. And The Croods 2 is now extinct. DreamWorks Animation's 2013 film The Croods won't receive a sequel. It is fecal matter now. Anytime soon, as The Croods 2 have been removed from the studio's production cycle. According to Variety, Universal Pictures chairman Donnie Langley traveled to DreamWorks headquarters in Glendale yesterday to break the news, telling the studio to immediately cease production on Croods 2. Could you imagine? There was about approximately 30 people working on this. Could you imagine putting on all that time, 3 years of work, and be like, hey, guys, you're not doing that anymore.
But you're still awesome. Keep up the good work.
I brought cookies for everyone.
I hate when that happens. Just like I hate when games hit that point where they're like, so close to being, released, but then they shut everything down. I hate for my time to be wasted, and I hate that, there's been times when I've worked so hard for something, and then they'd be like, oh, well, we're not doing this anymore, and you're just like,
well, why?
Really?
Yeah.
And, like you said, the first Croods, hilarious movie. I thought it was really, really well made. Enjoyed it a lot. And, I'd been waiting for the Croods, too, to hear something about it.
You just, had it on your calendar, and you're just, sitting at your bed, and you're just like...
No, not me. But, when at the end, obviously, with it being 3 years, it kind of popped out of memory, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But, I hate it for the people who had been working, those 30 people. I hate it for them.
Yeah, it does suck. But,
it is what it is. They saw that it probably wasn't going to
do well, and, we're finally, after freaking forever, getting an Incredibles 2, which that should have happened
a long
2 years after it released the first one.
I mean, you're seeing that kind of like with the Finding Dory. Like, they're just waiting so long.
That they shouldn't do that. Okay, I understand they're waiting for the people that they've watched those to grow up and everything. Stop it. Just keep making them. Just pump them out like an Assassin's Creed game or a Call of Duty.
Every year.
Until we get tired of it, just keep pumping them out.
Because, I mean, even if it was 2 to 3 years after the first Incredibles or after Finding Nemo, I would have went and saw the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before our math teacher at Jay ruined Finding Nemo for everybody watching it 30 times in 1 year. You didn't have him, apparently.
I didn't have him. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Oh, do we?
Oh, Stan.
But I would have watched it. I would have watched both of them. But, I mean, I'm still going to go see them. But I wish they would come out a lot sooner. Mm-hmm. It'd make life a little bit easier.
Yeah, it would be. So, continuing with some Disney news. Have you seen the new Rogue One teaser trailer and or the international trailer?
How long ago did it come out?
This week.
Then no, because I've been without internet for 4 days.
Well, that sucks.
It does. I was at Mom's and the router broke. I was having to watch Ashlyn.
So just staring at her.
She was my entertainment. Go do a trick. Roll over.
So the trailer, the teaser trailer, because like the United States gets shortchanged on freaking everything when it comes to trailers. Didn't show a lot. Showed like TIE Fighter Squadron like flying and all of that, and then showed some more Darth Vader. I think Darth Vader is going to be in this more than people are thinking. I really do. I really do think.
I don't know.
Like, he's not going to be a prominent character,
Yeah.
but I think he's going to have a little bit more than people are expecting, which is totally fine by me. Like,
Yeah, I hope it just doesn't take away from the movie.
I don't think it will. Like, I think he'll be there to make sure that production gets on schedule.
Everything's going accordingly to my plans.
Exactly. Then the international trailer. Oh my God! It was like a plethora of everything. It was like Hope Springs Eternal, and Hope actually came back as like a physical thing. There was so many new scenes and new dialogue, and we already found out that Jan, her father, is the one that's creating everything. But it delved in a little bit more. And do you want me to say?
I'm gonna watch it after this.
Spoilers. If you don't want to know, I'm going to tap my head. Okay, I'm going to tap my head when we start this, and I'll tap my head again when we stop. Okay, not that one. Here we go. Here's the first tap. Okay, so when her father is taking away, like some woman like comes out of nowhere. I don't know. Like it was just cut, but she hands her a crystal and says, "Trust in the Force." Mm. I'm pretty sure it's a lightsaber crystal.
It is. If it's focusing crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Crisco.
Nope.
No, not yet. Not yet.
But how cool would that be?
I know. Like, that would be freaking awesome. I don't think she's a Jedi necessarily, but old Donnie Yen, a Wu-Tang Clan man.
I love Donnie Yen.
I know you do. He might be. But it was very interesting. Yeah, you need to watch it.
I guess once I leave here, I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the crystal.
Yeah, me too. Okay, guys. Just so if you listen to the audio version, you might have heard Robbie's like smack up on top of his head. But if you're watching the video version, then you got to see.
It's a pretty loud smack.
Was a loud smack.
Sorry.
But I'm excited for it. Getting a little bit more Darth Vader's cool, and we're getting really, really close. December 16th. Oh my God.
Dude.
It is the best Christmas present to get a
is.
Star
It
Wars
is.
movie
in
December. Like,
and that you can see in theaters.
yeah. Like, I thought, like, when they originally moved 7 into December, I was like, this is blasphemy. Like, this is utter blasphemy. But it makes a lot more sense because there's not a lot going on in December.
Yeah.
And plus, in the summer, you're fighting all of the superhero movies. So moving it to December just kind of like, it's like, I'm going to wreck everybody and everything.
There's nothing that's going to be even close to touching me.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a good idea. And if you haven't watched it, then please go watch it because it is freaking cool.
Now, we're going to jump into something that's a tale as old as time.
Yes.
Sorry. I had thought of that.
So the newest promo image for Beauty and the Beast shows Emma Watson and
in the ball gown,
and Dan Stevens, which is Beast. She's Belle, in the ball gown, and they're dancing, and it's very reminiscent of one of the original posters for. Have you seen the original poster?
Yeah,
back in the day. You know, it's very, very reminiscent of what it is, the most beautiful love story ever told. And I think it's really cool. I'm actually kind of excited for this one.
I am too. Like I have liked all of the Disney remakes so far.
Sucked.
I liked Cinderella.
Sucked.
I mean, yeah.
There was one song, and it was like just like a tidbit, and I'm like,
oh well. Out on the grand scheme of things, on all of them, yes, it is the worst that has come out so far.
Jungle Book was awesome.
I love Jungle Book.
I haven't watched Tarzan yet.
Really good. Really good.
Is it super good?
It's super good. I haven't used Super as much. I need to bring it back. But I'm excited for Beauty and the Beast. The cast they have for this is by far the most amazing thing that I've seen, and I hope that they continue casting other Disney movies like The Lion King, like Mulan, with, a star-studded cast.
Just a few names in here. Emma Watson, Dan Stevens, Luke Evans, Ewan McGregor, Ian McKellen, Emma Thompson. Those are just a few of the names in there. I don't remember who Emma Thompson is, to be honest.
Oh, I was about to say, there's a nifty thing called Google.
Emma Thompson. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She was in Sense and Sensibility, Saving Mr. Banks. Just like the random Love Actually, Howard's End. I don't know what that is. Well, let's see what
the other movies. Brave,
Last Chance Harvey, Love Punch,
Nanny McPhee, Men in Black
3. Oh yeah, she was Nanny McPhee. Awful movie, my opinion.
She's been the
An
prisoner.
Education.
Treasure Planet.
Junior. How could we forget the wonderful movie that was Junior, where Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant and Danny DeVito was in it, and then her. So it was like twins, but he was pregnant. Oh, let's just read the bio of this. A research scientist becomes the world's first pregnant man in order to test a drug he and a colleague have designed for expectant women. To carry out the trial, he has an embryo implant, believing that he will only carry the baby for 3 months, hardly expecting to face the prospect of giving birth.
And this is the great ex-governor of California,
yes,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nomination now this right here. Nominations: Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy.
There's more. Click on more. Or not.
Okay, maybe not. Junior. Let's see. Cuba Gooding Jr. Didn't win anything. Release date: November 23rd, 1994, and it ran for 109 minutes. Budget $60 million. Box office $108.
Back then, that was good.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. The film received negative reviews with a 32% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes with an average score of 4.7. The Rotten Tomatoes wasn't around when that came out, so I'm not taking that with the... I
think they went back and watched it and was like,
yeah.
Doesn't say what they won.
No, it doesn't. Comedian, worst comedy ever. Notable. Roger Ebert was a fan of the film, giving it a 3.5 out of 4 stars and maintaining that, I know this sounds odd, but Schwarzenegger is perfect for the role. Observe his acting carefully in Junior, and you'll see skills that many serious actors could only envy.
Like a man giving birth. 2 thumbs up.
Jesus Christ. We went down the rabbit hole. I'm sorry, guys.
We did. All because we were trying to look up this lady.
Yes, exactly. So that does it pretty much for the movie and TV news.
Yeah.
Now we've had several questions on this. Actually, there's one more. Sorry, guys. From Virginia Burton. She says, first-time caller. Hey. How did you feel about the casting Scarlett and Ghost in the Shell?
Or Gits.
How do you feel after seeing some of the trailers/teasers? I think Scarlett Johansson has the skill set for this kind of movie. Her being Scarlet Witch just kind of like makes her perfect for it. In my opinion, she's an action star at this point in time.
Did you?
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, you said Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. I mean, Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson, Scarlet Witch. It all works out, guys.
It does.
No, that's that Olsen. Not the Olsen twins, but the other Olsen, like their sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Scarlet Witch. But I think she has the great skill set and everything. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're whitewashing everything. In some movies, yes, like that Great Wall of China movie. Like that one, yes. That one is totally, and I really don't care about Doctor Strange. I haven't watched it, so I can't really judge it. But from just the teaser trailer and everything, I think it works. Like, I think it looks cool. I never watched the anime, so I can't really like be like, and this time, this person that was a ghost.
Yeah. I want to see, like, from watching all the trailers and reading about this, I want to watch the anime. I want to go back and find it. I'm sure I can. But Scarlett Johansson, she's a great actress, but whenever they first announced it, I was like, I don't know about this. Mm-hmm. But as I've watched the trailer and everything, she looks like a natural fit for it. Yeah, I understand a lot of people are saying the whole whitewashing thing, but you got to think they were looking for a huge female actor that's known everywhere.
Yeah, and that can do the stuff.
And that can do it. And who better than the Black Widow? Everybody knows the Marvel movies. Everybody knows Black Widow. Everybody knows Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. So I think she was a really good fit just by watching all of the, the acrobatics, the really cool fight scenes, and I think she's going to do well, and I think this movie's going to do well.
Yeah, I think it will, too, as long as people go out and support it that have enjoyed the anime and people that are curious about it. I think it can do a good job at this, and if people go watch it, then they can make another one and actually, delve a little bit deeper into it. So here's hoping for the best for the movie.
Yeah, and Virginia, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah. You here?
Come back now, you hear?
Now, there's a thing that happened, and we got a lot of questions about it. A lot of questions, and a lot more questions, and anger, and hate.
And price gouging.
Now, these three people have asked the same thing. Adam Gumbert, Derek Daniel, and Nick Viking Horn Caputo.
For lost Viking Caputo.
Adam, I'll read Adam's just because he was the first one to put a reply on here. Actually,
surprisingly.
Yes, he was. With the release of the NES Classic Mini, or whatever it's called, what are your thoughts on the way distribution has been handled? With both this and the original Wii being such a limited supply, do you agree with that strategy? Is it on purpose or maybe artificial scarcity? Does it hurt fans more or make them more rabid and excited about the product? Let's see if there's anything that's... Derek talks a little bit about the amiibo scarcity and everything. What does it mean for the Switch going forward? And will this be bad or will it go over better? And then Nick talks about people buying them in bulk and gouging them online. I want one.
I do too.
Like that's
it's $60 for essentially all the games that we loved as a kid.
Mm-hmm. So just straight out the bat, I want one.
Yeah.
And it's like almost palm size.
Yeah.
I want one. Now, the scarcity and everything that's happening, seeing that Nintendo has done this several times, it feels like they are, one, either doing it to build that rabidness, or two, they aren't necessarily confident in the product that they're making, so they're not wanting to put a ton of that out there until they see that, oh, the market actually wants this, so let's put that out there.
It's always the first wave is always the scarcest, because they're wanting to see if the demand, they don't want to have the supply outweigh the demand, but they've seen that the demand greatly outweighs the supply that they dropped. Because I know the local Target in Pensacola only had 8 systems.
Yeah, I think every place had 8 each.
So I think now that Nintendo sees that, hey, a lot of people want this, I think the next wave when they ship it out, I think there'll be way more than 8 at each store.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they do. They just kind of test the water, because we've known that Nintendo has hit quite a few duds here. They hit quite a few duds the past few systems. Ooh. So I think that's one of the bigger issues.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
They're wanting to see what the market is, but they're also wanting that artificial scarcity to go on, so it makes people want to get them. Because I know none of us have one.
No.
Like me, you, or Derek has one, and we all want one, but we don't have one yet. I'm wondering how long it's going to take them to put more out in the market. Hopefully in the next few weeks. I personally, if I was, part of Nintendo and was over like, okay, we're going to, do this small launch window, this launch series, and then go from there, I would have, another set ready to go. Yeah. Because, I wouldn't like just mass produce, 50 million of them, but I would, produce a couple million of them and send out a small quantity at first. And then they sell well. They're like, people are wanting them. Yeah. And we're getting angry tweets why I don't have one. Send out that next shipment.
I know most businesses like, Target, Walmart, stuff like that, they have truck that comes every 2 weeks. So, it launched last week, so maybe not this week, but next week they'll have a load that'll have more on it. But something that I know me and Caleb Taylor have seen quite a bit of, because me and him are on a lot of the buy, trade, sell pages. Mm-hmm. We had a woman. She bought the $60 system, was selling it for $300.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
When I know the supply was limited, but nobody in their right mind is going to go out and pay for that. Mm-hmm. And what was bad is, I know in the it was the Milton Pace buy, trade, sell. Caleb was trying to be like, hey, you shouldn't buy this. That you could buy a new 3DS and a bunch of the games that are on the system for what you just paid for that $300.
You could buy an Xbox One S or a PlayStation Slim.
Exactly.
For that. Actually, yeah, you could.
Yeah, and Caleb got banned from the site.
That's ridiculous.
And a lot of people were getting kicked because there was the one admin was like, "Well, you can't talk negative." He's like, "We're not talking negatively. We're
just trying to inform.
We're
people.
Trying to, because a person who knows that there's someone in their family that loves Nintendo will be like, "Oh, they'd love this," and not knowing the price, they go and they get ripped off.
Yeah.
For over $200, and
yeah, that's not cool at all. So don't, guys. If you see people gouging, report the claim. That's what I would do.
Like $10, $20.
If I had one and I got it for $60, $150 would be the highest I would charge for it, and that's like that's gouging right there.
It is. I would say probably $20 extra.
$150. That's as high as you go, guys. If you got one, you're going to sell it $150. If you got that extra controller.
Oh, yeah.
If you got that extra controller. Which, that's another thing. They don't put two controllers in there.
It's
that's
just one.
Stupid.
It is.
Freaking stupid. Do you think it hurts more or makes the fans more excited about the product?
I don't think it makes them more excited. It pisses them off more than it does anything. Because
Agreed.
You want that system and you don't have it. So I think that's what really, really hurts the consumer.
Yeah. I think that they need to get stuff out as soon as possible.
I agree.
And that's the only way you're going to rectify that. Now, that was pretty much my... that was the first kind of question, was about this. Now, what's interesting is all the old cheat codes that were in the games actually work with the games that are on the Classic. So I think that's really, really cool that you're able to use all the cheat codes in Zelda or whatever else, and you can go to IGN and they have a list of cheat codes that you can use for all of the games. So if you're playing them and you want to, skip a level or whatever, you can go do that on there.
Kirby.
So
I played Kirby a lot.
I never played Kirby.
I liked it.
Now, what got me was even Amazon had a limited quantity of them. And it killed the homepage because I was trying to get on there and it was gone. So it's a lot of things going on with that, but I'm hoping that we get those very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Now, Derek Daniel posted this, and we'll get into more questions here in a second. Telltale Games might be developing Guardians of the Galaxy. Back in 2015, Telltale Games, who are best known for the Walking Dead and Batman series, Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger ones.
And Game of Thrones announced they were working on a Marvel game, which was slated for a 2017 release, which was now accidentally revealed to be Guardians of the Galaxy Adventure. So you could see that right there. And Walking Dead Season 3, which was confirmed at E3 this past year.
Excuse me.
Now, this is a rumor still. It would be cool to have that as the Marvel game.
Yeah, they have a great story. They have a lot of great villains too that you can go up and fight against. So I would be okay with it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that is actually what happens, and if it isn't, then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to actually put out the first episode of Season 3 of The Walking Dead. They're supposed to come out this year, so I'm assuming that it's going to come out in December.
Okay.
Like the first episode. So they'll meet that 2016 window for at least some of it. And we're still getting more and more of the Batman Telltale game. So there you go. Moving on, more questions. Adam asks, is Dave Chappelle one of the best comics of the past 20 years? And this is kind of goes along with Walking Dead and SNL. Dave Chappelle went on SNL. We're recording this on Sunday, so he went on there yesterday. And was in a ton of different skits and did one with Walking Dead. And
where he was Negan.
Yeah, where he was Negan, but he also reprised the role of several of his iconic characters from the Dave Chappelle Show. And it was freaking awesome to see him as the blind KKK leader, the crack dealer, the pimp, all of these characters, and then the white dude. You're seeing all of these characters that we've seen for years and years, and Dave Chappelle disappeared for a very long time. I want to say he was over in Africa doing like some kind of like work over there, like helping people out, using his money to help impoverished people and everything.
Kind of like what Akon's doing right now.
So it was very interesting to see him back, and it seemed like he did not miss a beat.
Oh, no.
And I haven't watched all of the skits, but I did watch either his monologue at the beginning or at the end. I don't know which one. It was out of sequence. And he was talking about the presidential campaign and everything, and how he kind of touched on a lot of things that we've said. But he was also like, I'm going to give him a chance.
Yeah.
And he needs to give everybody else a chance as well.
Yeah.
So, I
agree.
But Dave Chappelle, I 100% agree. I think he's one of the best comedians that we've had in a very long time.
He is. Never have I laughed harder than Clayton Bigsby, which is the blind black KKK member who didn't know he was black. Mm-hmm. And when he was Prince.
Oh, yeah, the basketball.
Game blouses. I made pancakes for it. It was just comic gold. And I remember I would watch that sketch over and over and over again and die laughing.
You're still alive.
I come back multiple times.
Oh, okay.
I ate a lot of mushrooms, so I get one of those one-ups.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, I got you.
That's how I can never die. But no.
Never grow old. Never die.
But yeah, I 100% agree. I think Dave Chappelle is one of the best comics. Mm-hmm. I could go back right now and watch the Dave Chappelle show and still laugh at everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. Moving on. We'll come back to Adam. Adam, you gave us a lot of material this week. Thank you.
Good
and
job.
you were very timely.
You were.
I appreciate that. None of this, how long do I have?
We pick on Adam
How
so
long
much.
do I have? Alan Roberts says, Troy being ranked.
Now, Troy has a running back from Escambia. And he is killing it. Silver, I believe, is who it is. And y'all also
Long
have
John Silver.
His last name's Silver. I can't remember his first name, but we've covered him on the radio show a few times. But Troy has looked really good. They have a really good passing attack. They have a really good rushing attack. Mm-hmm. They actually have a defense that can stop people now.
Yeah.
So that's what they've been missing.
For a long time.
For a long time. and they just beat Appalachian State Friday.
Yesterday, Saturday.
It was Saturday.
It was Saturday.
And they thrust them into the lead of leading their division.
Well, that and Troy this whole year has been beating everybody that they played. They beat, USA. They beat everybody except for Clemson, and
they were a penalty away from beating Clemson.
Yeah, and they held Clemson. And if y'all don't know, I went to Troy University. I'm a graduate. I'm an alumni of Troy. So when I say we, I actually mean we because I graduated from there. So there you go. So don't be coming to my house. Coming to my house. I'm like, oh, he's part of the team now. I is. I marched to that band. I was blood, sweat, and tears. Anyway, the Clemson game, they played some ball.
They did.
And then, have you seen the play? Have you seen that play?
Yeah. It was bad.
That was not a touchdown by any stretch of the imagination. That guy did not break the plane, and then he drops the freaking ball, and then Troy recovers it, and then the freaking refs give them a touchdown.
I know I've talked about it with Willis. I've talked with my boss at the radio station. But officiating, and not only the ACC or college football, but in the NFL, have been horrible this year.
Yeah,
and that's one of the bigger calls that's been messed up.
Yeah, and for who did Clemson play this past weekend?
They
played somebody that got bit.
Pitt.
Oh yeah, so they got beat by Pittsburgh, right?
Mm-hmm.
That should have been Troy way earlier in the season.
Oh, yeah.
Do you watch the guy that does, like, how Alabama fans... Okay.
Well, he's just like... yeah.
Yeah. So, did you watch this pass?
I did not.
Okay, so, like, he's doing all that, and like, he gets to Clemson, he's like, man, they should have already lost 3 of these. He's like, thanks, refs. And, like, he goes on, and, like, he has the AP poll from the week before, and he starts like erasing people's names, Washington, and like all the people that were below Alabama. He's like, guys, if you want a good playoffs, and then like Troy pops up as number 2. He's like, and then it starts popping up all these teams that are in Alabama that are actually playing some like good football. He's like, you need to start looking at people that are actually playing football. Don't be looking at divisions, and don't be looking at conferences for those people. Look at people that are actually playing football.
And I think a lot of those people will get a look into the playoffs. I want Troy, but I don't think that they're going to get it because there's other people who are playing in tougher divisions than they are. But,
I agree.
But this playoff system has given a chance for the smaller teams, the smaller guys, to be able to get in there and play. Now, if you're Michigan's, if you're Washington's, if
Michigan
you're Clemson,
lost.
They did.
Yeah.
They all like
Iowa
2, 3, 4
beat them.
Yeah, but Michigan's 4.
Yeah.
They only dropped a few spaces. But what I'm saying is, if those teams stay, undefeated, obviously they're going to go in because of their schedule. But it does open up for a one-loss Troy or these one-loss teams or these undefeated teams who are you don't really think about letting them into the playoffs or the national championship, but
like
it gives
when
them
Hawaii was undefeated that year.
Like it gives them a chance to go into the playoffs and actually be able to win a national championship. So,
I think it's interesting. Troy is only like 3 or 4 spots behind Florida. That's crazy to think about.
And they're young.
They're young. And me being an alumni, Troy is generating more, like a ton of alumni. Yeah. And the more alumni that you generate, the more funding that is going to come back into your school, and the better it will be. And I could see Troy in the next 10 years being one of the top contenders just because of funding is getting better, recruiting is getting better, they're winning more. They've got a new coach that happened like 2 or 3 years ago.
He's a good coach.
And he's doing good things. And I like the Sun Belt, but I think it's about time for Troy to vacate the Sun Belt and get into a harder division.
I say within the next 3 to 4 years, they need to go into a different conference, whether it's
USA or something like that. Because when I was there, we were winning our conference. We won the conference 5 years in a row, and it was like, okay, we need to change conferences. But then like Troy tanked, and then we're finally good again. So I'm excited. This is the first time Troy's been ranked that I know of. Now Troy did win 2 national championships when they were in Division II, but in 2004, I want to say, is when they
came to
Division One. So, and they've been building since then. So I'm very, very happy to be a Troy alumni, a Troy Trojan. So, guys, congratulations, and all you Sound of the South people. I know how much of a difference that you made during that game. So, I'm a proud alumni right now.
I'm happy for you.
Moving on. Nick asks, how do you think Watch Dogs 2 will do?
From all the trailers that I've seen, it looks fun. It looks way better than the first, even though I watched gameplay, but I never played it. I just never had a chance to. But this one looks really good. I like the things that you're able to do in it with all the different gadgets and everything. They let you do a lot more of that.
Yeah. It seems a lot deeper than the first one.
Because in the first one, it's like, well, I'm in a car. Let me activate the things that pop up so I can lose the cops. But this one, you have drones. I mean, you have different little things that you can use.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I did play the first one. It was very bare bones to me. Kind of a disappointment from seeing what could have been.
Yeah.
But chasing down Aisha Tyler was fun. So there you go.
Yeah.
Choosing to let her not live anymore was cool.
It's good.
I actually don't hate her anymore. I don't hate her as much as I used to.
That's good.
I like her in Archer.
Breaking barriers here on the Nick game.
yeah. She just was super annoying in the last few years. Last year's was not as bad.
Yeah.
With her at E3, but the years before,
the past few years,
she kind of pulled it in. She's kind of a little bit less Aisha and more video games.
Yeah.
Less Girlwood.
That's exactly what you need.
Yes.
But she did come out with the Girlwood necklace, and the first thing I see is Zach's like, oh, my. I was like, oh.
Now, I've only watched a little bit of gameplay from what E3 was. Kind of Funny played a little bit of it. I watched a little bit of their stuff, but they were just kind of just driving around and screwing around in San Francisco. It looks a lot better than what the other one was.
Yeah.
Kind of excited for it. I might get it. I'm not sure yet. I might. I get paid that day, so might. We might be streaming that.
That'd be nice.
That'd be cool. So I hope that it does well. I like the concept of the series. I think it needs to explore some different things, and hopefully with a new protagonist it will do that.
Yeah.
We're hoping here. And then Adam asked, thoughts on Dishonored 2 and stealth games in general. Do you prefer a pure experience like old school Thief or something more action-packed like the later Splinter Cells? Am getting Dishonored 2. It's on its way in GameFly, so as soon as it gets here, I will be playing it. I was hoping that we get here before we recorded the podcast, but I'm sure it'll turn up tomorrow after I'm done.
Usually how it works.
Yeah. Now, I played the first Dishonored. You played the first Dishonored, right? That game was very interesting to me. I am not very good at it.
Now, I'm the complete opposite. I love sneaky games. I'm going to everybody's going to get caught. It's very hard to go completely. Mm-hmm. But, I have gotten a lot better because in high school, I was the guy that would just run in there and just kill everybody and just take care of it like that. But, as I've gotten older and as I've understood gaming better, I'm able to just sneak around more. And I like those kind of games. They're not my favorite, but they're up there. And being able to kind of sneak and to kind of throw suspicion, like if they're looking at you, being able to do something to make them go somewhere else. I like that aspect, and I hate the ones where you can't do anything. You just have to be stealthy. You can't fight. Not big fan of those, but when you're able to fight, like you're able to do silent takedowns and stuff like that, that's what's fun. There's nothing more satisfying than sneaking up on somebody, and it's doing that motion where you don't have to control it, and they just go and they just do something cool and kill them like that.
Yeah.
So, are you looking for achievements on completing it without being caught?
There is one with. I think it would probably be the hardest achievement or trophy to get as not being seen the whole entire game. I was reading one. It was like kill 5 enemies in 1.5 seconds. So that would be kind of interesting, but if you use it like a shock thing or whatever, and you can chain it and everything. First one was pretty interesting. I thought it had a lot of interesting mechanics. I can't wait to play the second one.
Yeah.
Definitely going to put a little bit more time. I think that was the time, like, that was in the era where it's still the era of where I would get a new game and then not play all of it. Hopefully I'll get to play all of this one.
We are coming up on a break soon.
We are coming up on a break, but it looks really good. I'm interested to play with there's two sides of it, and I know one of the trophies is to play all the way through as Emily, and the other one is to play all the way through as
Corbo.
Yeah, Corbo, Conrad, I don't know.
I think it's Corbo. Isn't it Corbo?
Yeah, I think so. See, PlayStation trophies screwing me over here, not showing the hidden trophies. Like, what's up with that? What's up with that?
I freaking hate those.
Like, seriously.
Tell me what it is so I know what to do. Yeah. I know that's why they're like, oh, you just
Corvo is his name.
Corvo.
Emily, the Royal Protector and the Empress. Complete the game in low chaos. Complete the game in high chaos. Link 2 characters with Domino. Find 3 musical duos. Score a headshot while sliding. So you got a lot of cool things. I'm assuming the hidden trophies are the story mission kind of stuff, which is totally fine. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to play it. We'll have Let's Plays up on Nerd Cave Gaming, so you can go check that out as well. A lot of games come out. A lot of games have come out. Titanfall, Battlefield, Call of Duty,
Gears, Skyrim.
Skyrim's an old game,
but it's newly remastered. Like, when I didn't have internet for those 4 days, you bet my butt put in some work on Skyrim. I didn't have anything else to play.
So there's a ton of stuff coming out still. Got Dishonored, got Watch Dogs 2, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2, which I just got from Gamefly and started playing it. It'll be Let's Plays up Monday, so if you're watching this, you can go check those out. It's a lot. The hub world is bigger. And you remember how you would have to go section by section, it would load. Now it's all open. You don't have to load any of the sections. You actually get you have to get a flying permit to fly around, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. I haven't got it yet, but you do get a little hovering cart thing that you can speed around instead of running on the hub world. So until you get the flying permit, you can use that and you get around pretty fast. The quest is pretty cool. I can't wait to get to the Dragon Ball Super stuff. Of course, it's kind of like, okay, here's Xenoverse 1, and we'll put Xenoverse 2 over here with Dragon Ball Super stuff. But the mechanics are pretty much the same. It feels a little bit faster, though.
Are you still going back in time and fixing hiccups?
Yes, you are. So it's kind of the same story, but I want to say, just from the opening, cinematic and everything, somehow Bardock is going to be the bad guy in a way because he looks like he's being controlled. So I'm calling it. I called it in the Let's Play, but I'm calling it here as well that Bardock's going to be the big baddie.
Okay, I can respect that.
Only played a very small amount, but looking forward to playing more and getting some people in there and playing with me. So if you play Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2, hit me up.
Also, sorry, it just popped into my head.
Okay.
Xbox now has groups.
Yeah.
So if any of you are Xbox gamers, be sure to join Nerd Cave Gamers.
Mm-hmm. You want to know something?
What?
We've had one of those on PlayStation for a while now.
Oh, I know. But
because PlayStation is good.
And yeah, PlayStation was awesome to come up with that. But I'm just happy that
I'm glad for you.
I created it and invited everybody. And I put in the bio. Be sure to check out our podcast YouTube.
Yeah. So and that pretty much does it for news that you need to know. Let me see if I missed anything. Dishonored. Oh, we didn't answer. Do you prefer a pure experience like Old School Thief or something more action packed like Split?
I technically did because I told him I don't like the old ones where you have to just rely on sneak the entire time. I do like having a little bit of action to it.
Me personally, I lean more to that way as well. From Double Agent on in the Splinter Cell series, Blacklist was lackluster to me. Blacklist felt very rushed, but from Double Agent on, I really enjoyed the Splinter Cell games. Before that, the first Splinter Cell game, oh my God, it was so freaking hard to play. But I've enjoyed the Splinter Cells, and especially the co-op stuff, like playing co-op. Bob and Steve.
I was about to say Bob and Steve.
Bob and Steve. If you've never watched those old X-Play skits, anytime we would play, I know like me and Trevor, and I know me and you played, we would always be Bob and Steve, no matter what. It didn't matter.
G4.
Yep, we miss you. Rest in peace. So, guys, you can get this awesome podcast early every week on Mondays by going to patreon.com/nerdcave. You also get bonus exclusive episodes of this show.
And also, once you guys hit a certain tier, we'll have a live on Facebook. I want to say, I can't remember what the tier is.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now.
But how cool would that be? Be able to watch us live.
Yeah,
I know we do a lot of that anyway, but it would still be really cool to be able to start doing these streaming as well as recording and putting them out.
Yeah, we are literally $2 away from hitting a tier, and that would be a live AMA every month. And then at $50, we're currently at $28. At $50, we'll do a monthly live stream of this podcast. 100 will stream. We'll have a consistent streaming schedule for video games and everything, and then it just kind of goes from there. Well, we'll bring back community play dates and so forth. So check out.
I mean, really, if you have
$1,
I was about to say, we're $2 away from AMAs, and if we have an extra, what is it? 10 more people or 20 more people throw in $1. We'll do a live one of these every month.
Yeah, and we love doing live things.
We do.
If you didn't catch our awesome extra live stream, we did 24 hours live.
Yeah.
To help raise money for sick kids, those big beautiful kids.
And we've gotten near to $300, which we had about a month to plan all this stuff.
Yes.
And I was very happy that we were able to do all of this and to be able to raise the amount of money that we did. And
we threw all of this together very, very quickly.
I feel like we're going to be able to do a lot more once for next year, once we get a lot more going. So, I'm happy with how we did.
Hey, I'm halfway to my goal.
I set my goal a little bit too high. I thought I was setting the nerd case, but I set mine for 500 as well.
So I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
If you want to donate to our Extra Life page, you can go to nerdcavenetwork.com/extra-life, and you can donate.
Just find my name, Zach's name. We have Caleb on there too, and Sarah. So be sure to go and this is still open till the end of December, I believe.
Yeah, until December 31st is when it closes. So if you want to help out, Sacred Heart Hospital is the hospital that all of this is going to be going to. Go over there and donate, guys. And if you didn't catch the stream, it's still up on Twitch. We're kind of archiving some of it onto our YouTube gaming channel since we gamed for 24 hours for your entertainment. So you'll be getting to see all of that as well as it goes on.
And also a personal thank you for not only from me, but I'm sure for everybody else. Sarah, thanks for just chilling and helping, and you helped raise money too. You went leaps and bounds, further than what you had to do. And, I enjoyed playing Smite with you, and thanks.
I played Smite.
You did.
And it was awful.
And you left the party, and they were like...
I didn't leave the party. The
internet
lagged out. But thanks for everybody that has donated and that will donate and that will continue to support us. It means a ton to me and Robbie and Derek and everybody that's involved with the Nerd Cave because, guys, we're growing and we are so happy that you're a part of this. And, $1 going to Extra Life or $1 going to Patreon helps us out more than I think you will ever know. And if you can only give $1, that's awesome. And if you can't, you can do things to support us by sharing our content, by commenting, by liking stuff, and showing people what we're doing here, because that's what we're doing it for, people to look at it.
Exactly. And sharing, money is great, but sharing is one of the biggest things that you can do for us.
Yeah, and anytime, because we get notifications when things are shared from the YouTube side, or when we post it on Facebook and it gets shared from there, we get those notifications, and it really means a lot to us, because we're like, hey, this person enjoyed our content enough for it to be shared. So please keep sharing. If you can't afford the Patreon stuff, that's fine. Share. If you can do both of them, you're awesome. And Robbie is going to answer that question one day of what flavor ice cream he tastes like.
It's delicious, whatever flavor it might be.
It's malnutritious, though.
It's good for you.
It doesn't help with bone marrow. I don't know where we're going there. But, guys, you can check out all of our awesome podcasts. Nerd Cave Network. We have Battle of the Brands. We have the Derek Diamond Experience. We have, what is it?
Fantasy Football for Nerds.
There we go.
PCP. The Derek Diamond Experience. The list goes on and on and on and on.
All throughout the week. They're all available on iTunes and Stitcher Radio and all podcast services around the globe. Thank you. This has been episode 183 of the Nerd Cave Podcast. This has been Zach.
And Robbie.
Have a week.